So aside from that, it's pretty indoor lighting, and we have an LED trouble.
Okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology. Game.
Yeah,
It's situated around here working with
an air compressor to filter our barrels because
we start this demonstration. So I wanted to do a demonstration inviting in the Crow Boys. Where is my... Oh, right over there. I want to do a demonstration inviting in the boys. You know, so they can see a paint-on demonstration of the screen paint in action. Right, that one down a little bit. This is going to be a short, sweet demonstration. I'm going to show you in this demonstration, we got a gray screen. I think that's an all gray screen right there. Painted with the gray mix. Come on guys, I need you out of here. I need some room for the camera. I'll put you over here right now. You can watch the big screen. Yep. There we are. Not that I don't have any problem with Crow Boys, it's just that they like to pick and choose their battles. So today you can't pick and choose your battle. Today I was doing a demonstration showing two different projectors, one a low grade projector, high power projector, and I think they wanted to choose the argument on you have to use 4K to be a part of the future. Blah blah blah. So today this demonstration is for the Crow Boys. I want you to come in and watch, and then if you don't come in and watch, this video is posted, so you're going to see it sooner or later. We're going to do a paint-on live demonstration. Now, as you guys like to say, I use tricks and smoke and mirrors, and I don't know, I guess magic could be one of them. So there's no magic. You can see there's nothing in my hands at all, but it's going to be a paint roller, pretty much based about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few contrast demonstrations first on a gray screen, which we have here, and the projector we're using is plenty of powerful enough. I got my Christie LW400 projector. This is a 720p projector at around 4,000 lumens. So we got plenty of power from the projector. All right, so making sure I got everything checked over here real quick. So I'm gonna paint the screen in. And we're just going to do a sloppy job on it. We don't have to do anything professionally. I mean, it's technology, wherever you throw it on, pretty much is going to react. So that's pretty much it. All right, so let me get a roller. Now, the roller we're going to use in this is just an everyday nap roller. People sometimes get that confused. It's just everyday nap roller. I buy my rollers from Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Cheap rollers. No foam rollers, because foam rollers will mark your screen big time. Do not use foam rollers. All right, let me see. We need to get our roller to start the ball rolling, because without that, oh, here it is, right here. Okay, good, we got it over here. All right, so as you're looking at the screen, this is a gray screen paint mix. And as you look at it, you're thinking, okay, it's showing off contrast. It's not contrast. That screen's supposed to be black, because we're showing outer space. Outer space is not gray, it's black. So we're going to show you why you're missing so much contrast when you use these gray screen paint mixes. But let's do this demonstration, because basically it's not about the gray screen mix. It's about basically showing you the difference. So here we are, everyday roller. And I see you guys coming on my my Facebook channel. Don't go on there. Trust me, my fan base on there is really strong. So, yeah, they come in there and they basically try to carry on there too. But keep in mind, people have bought my product. They use my product. My product has been used around the world. So, yeah, when you put input out like that, it kind of makes you look like a hater, and it really does. You're not really doing any damage at all. It just really makes you look like a hater. So anyway, keep in mind, Crow Boys. See me snap my hands? Nothing happened. Which means I'm not Thanos. So I have no power to manipulate space and time. All right, so let's change this screen a little bit. I'm gonna take some of our paint here. I think I should have got one of those paint boards from downstairs. I get a paint board from downstairs and I can roll on. I told you it's interesting. They don't come in any other video, but when they're called upon, they don't show up. But it's interesting. They will not show up. Giving you an invitation to show up. You're not showing up. A nice experimentation. Now you see that screen right there that's producing that darker image? That's our technology. That's an image that can pull an image outside on 900,000 lumens outside. At about 13 feet back. This is our technology. It's different from what you have here. That's neither here nor there. So we got the roller. This is what I use for a paint pan right here. There's a flat piece of a styrofoam. But like I said, show or no show, it doesn't make a difference. Because when this video posts, they'll show how many people came into the room, and it shows that you have not shown at all when I requested you to. You didn't think about that part, did you? Yeah, so keep in mind, if only 3 people come in this room, only 2, it shows that only 2 crow boys popped up in the room because you didn't want to face this demonstration. And by the way, I did check the link. Nothing was posted, but I will be showing that also too. And this will be posted on our Facebook front page. All right, so we got a star sky here, right? We're going to take this one and change this because, you know, really you're not seeing, some people think they're seeing contrast, but they're not really seeing contrast. You're just seeing gray. Shades of gray, that's all you're seeing. So we're going to take this, get all this out of the way. Move this over here. Take a little bit on the roller, getting a lot. I've done this so many times, it's not even funny. Up here a little bit because we're using basically our now you're seeing black. And if you notice, the black is pulling up. If the black was producing such a very, very dark image, as you'll claim it to be, you wouldn't be seeing any of those little white stars popping up. But that screen's wet, so as they dry, it gets brighter. I'm going to sit you right on up close. Anywhere I put that paint at, not only does the image pop up, but the detail, the contrast, the color, all that comes into play. See the bottom half of the screen, areas I didn't touch? Quite impressive, isn't it? Screen's still wet. Not even dry yet. I'm pretty sure you weren't going to like that demonstration too much. Now keep in mind, like I said, as soon as you make a statement about my technology being so dark that you can't even see it. This is a live panel demonstration. See how the colors pop out of that screen compared to the gray screen? That's gray screen paint mix. You know how that stuff was made? I'll tell you. That is made, that gray mix is made by using a white can of paint and 2 teaspoons of black paint. A little bit of silver glitter paint. As that silver paint you can use any kind of glitter, hobby paint, whatever it is. And some Christmas glitter, which is pretty much hobby glitter. That's how they make it. That's all it is. There's no technology behind it, nothing. There's no improvement, no advancement, nothing about it. It could never pass any of the demonstrations, any of the tests that we do over here. You watch the black formula that was not even dry yet, rolled across the screen, sloppy, not even just rolled across the screen. And yet the technology is producing nice, bright colors. You see that technology right in front of your eyes? That screen is still wet. So all those demonstrations that were done on our technology by saying that our screens were so dark, oh, don't leave the room, that were so dark that the colors don't come up, that is too dark, were false. Because that was somebody mixing that product in with black paint. But yet, Crow Boys, you're seeing this right here. And I'm inviting you in the room. Oh, don't leave. Mind you, as you start to drop out of here, all this is being recorded. I'm actually recording what I'm recording right now to see your numbers drop. If you think you leave the room and you're not being noticed, I have a camera behind me that's actually recording the recording that I'm doing right now to watch these numbers drop. You didn't think I was going to do something like that. Have a camera recording a camera. So I want you to look at the screen. I want you to look at it. Next time you make a comment about my technology not being this, that, and the other, I want you to look at this. There's no smoke and mirrors, no magic tricks, nothing. All live, all real. If the image was so dark, you would not be able to make out any of those beautiful colors popping up on the screen. So let's get this straight. You were supporting a theory that wasn't even true. That's why I hate to say it, but when those of you come in the room talking a bunch of nonsense, my viewers laugh at you because they have this technology. They know what it does. They know your actions are basically just pure jealousy. Or you're just basically just taking the word of someone who is jealous. Screen's still wet. It's still not even dry yet. They get brighter as they start to dry. So when you saw that screen producing that color, that screen was wet. It hasn't even hit its final form yet. You notice how it starts when the apple starts to disintegrate and blow over to the gray screen, that the black screen still maintains the bright color just as bright as the gray screen, but yet the gray screen cannot produce contrast. So all this time when somebody was telling you that, hey look, you don't want to go with a black screen. With a black screen, the colors are going to be dark and dirty. That's what they were telling you all that time. You want to go with a gray screen, the colors are going to be bright, more vivid, more beautiful. Never told you that gray screen cannot give you contrast. Now, before you go, oh, but you have a gray screen too. Yeah, but our gray screen's technology is different from any other gray screen, and we've proved that hands down on so many levels, it's not even funny. We were the ones who did side-by-side demonstrations of gray screens. We're the ones who did the solid colors. We're the ones who did the star field stuff I was asking people who develop gray screens to do from the beginning. But we did it on our gray screen with no problem. So if we can do it, how come they can't do it? Because their technology is not on that level. When you sit there and say that we are both on the same level, we are not on the same level. That's why I can do a demonstration like this. And when it comes to their gray screens, they can't do it on contrast because the screen can't pull contrast. Not at 100%. I want to get real close and show you how bright those colors are. See how bright those colors are? Does that look dark? Now look at it. It's still wet right there. Does that look dark to you, True Boys? I'm waiting to hear your opinion. You got the option to speak now. You will not be blocked. I want to hear your opinion. I want you to explain to me how you thought that my technology was so dark and so dirty that you couldn't even see an image on it. Explain that to me, please. I'll be quiet and I'll give you some time to speak. Look, not one comment. Not one comment. I welcome into the room. Either they don't come or they don't comment. They can't explain how. Well, that's interesting. What would happen if I were to pause it there, right? And I were to take my projector, which has the lens shift, and I were to move that red over onto the gray. Do you think it would produce the same image? No, it would wash out. That's why you have to calibrate your projectors. This is why you have to sit in the dark when you have these kind of gray screen paint mixes. I just told you the ingredients on how to make it. That's why. Because your screen can't read color. Why you have to spend, majority of these videos are done in the dark because they can't produce color. Color washes out in the face. They don't have any contrast. Even if a projector has 20,000 or 10,000 to 1, it doesn't really make a difference. You're never going to see it. It's just something you're just never, ever going to see. Screen's still wet. I say that because they get brighter as they dry, and that screen is still wet. So now we're sitting in the dark, and as you can see, this color is still the same. It's still faded, it's still washed out. And that background, mind you, in this demonstration is black. That's why you have to do those demonstrations in the dark. Because you can't pick up, you have a better chance of picking up a contrast level with the lights out than you do with the lights on. All right, let's bring my image back over. That's what I like about lens shift. So all this and this, can't see it because you need contrast in order to see that. Screen's still wet. It's not even dry yet. They get brighter as it, I said the screen gets brighter as it starts to dry. But this is probably not the same demonstration you saw somebody else do because the image came up darker in that image, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Not the same, is it? But it's my product right here. Now, oh, you're going to get to the white levels. I'm going to show you that. That's the most fun part. I'm going to show you the white levels. Now, most people would sit there and say, well, here's the deal. You can't produce high white levels. Guess what? Gray screens can't either. A gray screen and no planet, no face, no form, no universe will ever have the ability to be able to produce a white level like a white screen. Impossible. Only a white screen can produce a 100% white level. So if you were to go say, well, guess what? You can't produce white levels like a gray screen. A gray screen can't produce white levels like a white screen. But here's the thing. We can produce contrast. White screens can't produce contrast. Gray screens can't produce contrast. Only black screens can produce 100% contrast level. Now, if my image was so dirty and so dark as you claim it to be, and not having the ability to pull white light, then there's no way in the world I could blend into that image you're looking at right now. What you're watching my screen blend into a screen that is lighter than mine. So my screen would have to pull a heck of a white level in order to do that. Because if that wasn't the case, it'd be so dark that you wouldn't be able to see the fish or the image or the sand or nothing at all. Now, let's go over to, I like doing this, the color white. You know where I'm going at with this. Those of you who see me do these demonstrations, curl boys, I want you to watch very carefully. I want you to show you something. We're going to go to a white screensaver. Okay? So as we go to a white screensaver, I want you to look at the screen very carefully. This is all white popping up. Now you see those spots that are popping on the screen? That's where the screen is still wet, but it doesn't make a difference. Now in your mind, you're probably thinking, oh man, there's no way in the world he's going to pull off a good white level because it's a black screen. The technology we developed actually has the ability to be able to pull extremely high white levels for a screen of that caliber. But there's something that screen can do that your screen can never do. You can't pull proper color, and color is very important. Hold on a minute before we start that one. Where is it? Okay, it's over here. Make sure we have everything here. As I told you before, the technology we developed has the ability to be able to pull up a very high white level for a black screen. And as it says in the description on the page, that the white levels are going to be a tad low, but nothing that would disrupt your picture quality. Remember, I said nothing to disrupt your picture quality, right? All right. Not coming back. I'm coming back, don't worry. I just want you to keep staring at that screen. It's very important that you look at it, my friend. Now, when I told you this, wait a minute, right there, I'm with you. Let me show you something really quick. I think you're going to get a blast out of this. All right, we'll come back in a minute. Now, when I told you this was going to be something where, keep in mind, as I said before, that our technology is not going to have the ability to be able to match a white screen. Oh, you see the screen getting brighter as it's drying? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But look, so this is what I'm going to show you. See the color here? Woo. And now, mind you, if the image pulled up so dark, that means every image I would have shown you so far would have been so dark that you wouldn't have been able to make out any of the color whatsoever, right? It means the image wouldn't be able to show up bright. That's black technology coded on that screen. So you can produce a white level by its standards. See that? Let me get nice and close to that so you can see that on that tiger. See how beautiful the image looks? In order for the screen to be able to pull up a beautiful bright image, not dark, not muddy, it would have to have the ability to pull white light. All right, now let's go over here. Hey, how you doing? Let's go over here and let's show you as the screen starts to dry. You can see my technology slowly drying. As it dries, it's going to get brighter and brighter. That's sitting against a white screensaver. No magic, no smoke and mirrors. You're watching the screen slowly dry in front of you. As it's drying, it's collecting more and more white light. All right, so let's come from here and let's pull up color red. This is very important. Now, how is the screen that basically cannot pull a high enough white level is pulling up a brighter red? And the gray screen is faded and washed out. Now, you see those shiny areas right there? That's when the screen's wet. See these areas right here? This is when the screen is drying. And you're looking at it right here. We're all looking together. You would think that the screen that pulled the highest white level would pull the brightest image. That's not the case. The fact that what it's going to do is going to pull up a more faded image because it has no contrast. You need contrast in order to make the colors pop, give you more detail. That is very important when it comes that black. That's why I said the darker the screen, the better the contrast. Why do you think that when you buy an elite screen, they have category classes? You have your white screens, which are very cheap, which is the one I have over here that I paid $264 for. You have the gray cinema gray, which is a really light screen. That's between $800, $900 or $800. You have your what's the other screen called? The gray, what's it called? The Gray Cinema 5D, which is a little darker. Then the cinema gray, that's about $1,400 for that screen. And then you get to the Dark Star 9. These are the expensive top screens. These are the dark screens. These are screens that will cost you $3,000. Black Diamond, gunmetal screens, $5,000. The daylight packs, and keep in mind if I'm saying it wrong, sorry about that daylight, but if you look at the screens, a whole lot more expensive. I plan on seeing it. I plan on seeing it. We'll be adding you to the rest of the demonstrations. Keep in mind, like I said, when we do live demonstrations, Crow Boys, this is what you have to understand. This is a live demonstration. So anybody who does a demonstration that basically comes out falsified, we know it's fake. That's why all our demonstrations are done live. There's no way to get around this at all. There's no smoke, no mirrors, no magic at all. Abracadabra. No, it is what it is, what you're seeing. That's why I can come over here and show you my tigers sitting here in a fully lit environment and producing a magnificent image with the projector sitting 18 feet back from the screen. Sorry, Crow Boys, but your buddy's been lying to you. All that time he's been lying to you. When this video is over, I will leave a bunch of links of customers who bought our products. They're actually on our Facebook page. These people are using projectors way beyond what we recommend. One guy's using a short throw Philips projector at around 700 lumens in his fully lit environment that pulled an image. Another woman used a 9 outside, which this person claimed that the 9 was too dark, pulled a 9 outside on an 800 lumen projector outside. And the other fellow actually was displaying on a knockoff projector, which we do support. One of the knockoff projectors, he was able to prove that on a Supreme 8. Crystal clear. Mind you, this is an interesting thing. The Supreme 8, when it came out, there was a fellow who was a boxer, he owned a gym or something, and he was doing some kind of test to show that our product didn't even pull up on his NEC short throw. Keep in mind. The fellow who posted those pictures had a knockoff projector, and he was able to post crystal clean images of beautiful skin tones and so forth. I'll put those links so you can check out his images. He's actually from overseas. His name is Prince something, but really cool guy. He's bought from us before, but he shared his pictures. Actually, he was on here and we were having a conversation. He was telling me that he used our screen paint for a knockoff projector, and I didn't believe him. I said, well, send me the pictures. I got to see this. And sure enough, yeah, one of them did work on that technology. So he was able to prove it. That's why if you go to the website and you go look on the projectors we support, that projector is listed in there because it actually shows up on an 8. Now, if it shows up on an 8, it's definitely going to show up on a 12 because the 12 is the more advanced version of the 8. But, yep. So keep in mind, someone was able to do that with an ultra short throw projector. I can't call it a knockoff. Overseas projector, that's what we'll call it, right? And they were able to produce an image, yet a fellow who basically was supposed to be doing a review on our paints, he couldn't do it on his projector, which was an NEC short throw. And as in Mr. You-Know-Who claimed that the product was so dark you couldn't even see it. But yet, if you look at my trailer, when you come on my YouTube channel, you will see me paint that screen in live, outside, in the evening hours. Epson. Yeah, because you don't have to have an expensive projector. You don't have an expensive projector. No, you don't. You've seen the selection of projectors I have. I have the relics. I love the relics. As a matter of fact, I haven't bought a relic in a while. I got to go buy me another relic. The relics. I buy the old projectors, the 900 lumen projectors. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is the customer, the kind of customer I'm talking about. He doesn't have to go out and spend all this money for a 4K projector. For what? We can just go out and get a nice projector and get a beautiful image. The only reason why they push you to go buy these expensive projectors, because they say it's the only way you're going to get the best picture quality. That's a bunch of crap. If I can make a picture look gorgeous, you've seen the side-by-side demonstration I did with the Powerhouse Chrissy next to a 1000 lumen projector that's SVGA 600 by 800 res. Come on, versus a projector that's 1920 by 1200 with 5000 lumens WXGA versus SVGA. Think about that. And that image on that portable projector looked amazing. But somebody comes and says, "Oh no, you gotta be a part of the future. You gotta so and so and so." And people don't want to spend that kind of money. Not this decade and time they want to spend that kind of money. Take that extra money and put it to something else. Get yourself a popcorn maker, movie chairs, or something else. Do something else with it. Save some money. All right, let's switch over to blue. I'm telling you, man, I was looking at those lines, man. Those tigers, that is a majestic creature, man. But, man, I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole. Give me a blue screen. Yeah, that's the whole purpose, man. You don't have to go out and spend all this money for a projector. Can't see myself spending a couple grand for a projector. There we are displaying blue. You want to see something interesting? Let's look at gray, Crow Boys. We're going to display the color gray. Now, when I say Crow Boys, if you're not a Crow Boy, this is not directed toward you in any way whatsoever. This is directed toward the individuals that like to come into my room and chatterbox. So they like to go in and talk all this nonsense. So this video is for them to come in and watch. So just in case, if you do decide, and I'm not going to delete you, I'm not going to block you, nothing. I want you to come in and share your point of views on how this screen is doing this. Explain to us all how. Because for such a long time, you were preaching that this black technology could not produce this, could not produce that. It was so dark you couldn't see the screen. Yeah, I remember all the little rants and stuff. So please, take the time and explain to all of us how this screen is doing this. And there's no magic. There's no smoke and mirrors. I'm not wearing a gauntlet on my hand with all kinds of freaking infinity stones. This is actually me doing this. I painted it right on the screen. If you want to go back and rewind that part, let's show gray. This should be interesting. So we're going to show gray on a screen that's literally gray versus a screen that's black. What are you painting? Now keep in mind, if you don't have to prime the screen if you're not using fabric. If you're using fabric, then you have to prime it at all. But you can use anything. You don't have to buy no special primer. I've actually primed screens using everyday household paint. The purpose of a primer on a fabric screen is to get the screen to absorb in as much paint as possible, so that way you have a solid foundation. That's all it's for. It's not going to alter or change anything. That's all it's designed to do. You're just adding something to the screen so that way you don't absorb a ton of your paint through a screen that's going to soak it up like a sponge because it's fabric. That's all it's for. So you can use anything as long as you can lay a foundation on there and get that screen to absorb as much paint as it possibly can, which 2 coats knocks it out pretty good. On top of that, it stiffens the screen just a bit. So basically you can coat the other product on it nice and smooth. But that's all it's for. It's so basically that you don't have uneven blotches in the screen. That's all. But you could buy. Let's see. You bought a fixed frame screen. You don't have to prime a fixed frame screen. I've never primed a fixed frame screen when I do demonstrations. I just roll over the screen and be done with it. I've done a few of those. As a matter of fact, I painted a couple. I did a spray-on version and I did a roll-on version. I never primed the fixed frame screen. You just roll over top of that thing. Look. That's a fixed frame screen right there. I painted this one live. And I painted that one live. I just rolled over the screen. Now I can give you some pointers on something you should know. If you paint a fixed frame screen, right, you're going to have this metal bar in the back. You want to pad the bar in the back. It doesn't make a difference if your screen sticks out a little bit. It's going to stretch back in place. No. Yeah, you don't have to prime it. You don't have to prime it. But listen to this. So the bar you have in the back of your screen, right? You don't want to get a bar imprint in your screen. Yeah, you don't want to get a bar imprint in your screen. So what you got to do is you take a towel or something like a sheet and double it up, and you put it between the bar and you put it between the screen. It's going to cause the screen to stick out a little bit, but that's not going to affect your screen. What that does is when you roll over your screen, you won't get a bar imprint in the middle of your screen. And that's what it does. See that? See my screen? See how smooth it is? See how there's no bar imprint down the middle? That's what you do. It's called padding the bar. You want to make sure you do that before you roll over that screen, because if you roll over the screen without padding it, you're gonna have a bar print in the middle of your screen, and it's gonna jack you up. What kind of rollers do I use? Any kind of cheap roller. Any kind of cheap roller. Oh, no problem, no problem. Just don't want to see you go through that, because I learned from experience. I painted the screen like, what the freak is that in the middle of my screen? And I figured it was an imprint from the bar that pushed through, so I learned to pad the bar. But yeah, it works. But I'll tell you something too. Okay, so what kind of rollers? Any kind of gnat roller. I wouldn't go with a short roller. Then a regular 9-inch roller, which I'm using right there in the demonstration, is all you need. Don't use foam rollers. Foam rollers will basically cause all kinds of streaks on your screen, especially when you're rolling. You know, you stop when you roll and you bring it down, you stop and you roll. Every time you push down, it's like a sponge pushing to your screen. You're leaving marks all over your screen. Are you talking about the bar? Okay, let me see. No. Okay, look. The back of your screen, there's a support bar, right? Right in the middle of your screen, it's a support bar that keeps your screen from folding in. That's the bar you pad. You pad the back of that. Because when you roll over top of that, you're going to leave an imprint right in the middle of your screen. So that's what you want to pad. See right here? See how my screen is? See how there's no bar imprint? See how smooth it looks from top to bottom? That's what you want to use. Just pad the back of your bar. Trust me. I did it. Better safe than sorry. All right, so we're going to pull up a gray screen real quick for you guys. Gray screen. Now, keep in mind, I got a few Crow boys on here that I talk to on a regular basis. They're cool as I don't know what. I mean, they're really nice people, all right? They just basically, you know, are fans of Mr. Crow. But they do come in here and they watch demonstrations. But they are pretty cool. You know what I mean? I talk back and forth from one guy, you know, he's a pretty cool guy, right? But other than that, we got some of them that come in here that are just downright nasty. But this is why I did this demonstration, because I got so sick and tired of them coming and running their mouth. I figured, okay, look, I'm just going to do a live demonstration, and I'm going to allow you to see it all for yourself. So you can see it crystal clear for yourself. And we're going to do it thoroughly. We're not going to throw a bunch of colors on it. We're going to do color patterns. I'm going to show white levels. I don't shy away from white levels. I love showing the white levels because I like them to get that, oh, wow, the screen looks that dirty. With the white levels on, I wonder if the colors are going to be brighter. And when I show the images with the colors and the colors are not as good as they think they are, yeah. All right. Who the freak is barbecuing? Hold on for a minute. Either my house is on fire or somebody's barbecuing. Oh, somebody's barbecuing. Where is it coming from? All right, let's do the gray screen. I'm going to do the gray screen right now. So this right here is a gray screen. So that's really interesting, that how can you have a screen that's black, but it's producing a gray screen better than the gray screen. Okay. Now, Crow Boys, this is in no way to put you down in any way whatsoever. It's just so you can see and understand. Give you an idea so you can see and understand. Because like I said, someone's been feeding you a whole bunch of lies. That's why I did the live demonstration. This is why I put that title, and you are welcome to come in here. I'm not going to block you at all. Only time I'm going to block you is you come here acting crazy and saying dumb stuff out of your mouth. Keep in mind that this stream is set for 18 and up, which means when you come in here acting a little nutty and all that other nonsense, it kind of makes you kind of sound immature. It's for adults. Okay, we say. Yeah, but like I said, man, I still go through my issues, man. Like I said, you know, I've seen like I said, I've seen all kinds of tricks that this particular individual has tried. I mean, basically in my videos, I just educate and try to teach people certain things. Best way to paint a screen. Sometimes I'll buy the product before, you know, so I can test it out myself. You know what I mean? I'll waste a couple of dollars or $100 here and there, but if it saves you money, you know, it helps everybody out. But like I said, I got certain individuals who do not like me. I mean, they really, really, really hate me because, you know, maybe it's because I raised the bar. Maybe it's because I work a little harder. Maybe I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? But they just have this really deep hatred for me. So I don't name names, but we already know who these individuals are because it's like anytime we design something or make something, they're the first persons that got to review it. They're the first person that got to slander it. And it's just basically, it's not a headache. It's just what they do. But you got to expect that. You know what I mean? Anything you do in life, you're always going to have somebody is going to hate you for it. So, you know, I'm kind of used to it. Now, after seeing it going on for years, people are starting to realize that this fellow is just basically just either he's jealous, or he's just full of a lot of hatred. I don't know what it is. But, you know, always, when I saw him, put it this way, what put me on the road to black technology was actually Black Diamond. Screen Innovation is the one that actually put me on this road. Because when a friend of mine, at the time I was developing this stuff called Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. That was my first company. And we were making light gray screen paint. Actually, the paint I showed you how to make is actually our formula, our old formula from way back. We used to make way back in 2010 or 2012, around that time. So I thought, you know, gray screen paint was the way to go at that particular time. Until my friend came over and said, hey, you got to check this out, man. This is a sample sheet from Screen Innovation. Man, when I put that screen against my screen, I saw the color, everything just come up out of that screen. It was like something, nothing I ever seen before in my life. Now, I could have spent years hating them. No, I figured out a way to advance my technology to get it to the point where maybe I can even compete with them. And that's what led me on the road to darker technology. That's what basically opened my eyes to seeing what I was missing. But I wouldn't spend years hating on somebody, trying to tear somebody down. What's the point? You know what I mean? That's just wasted time. It's wasted energy. When I could be taking that energy and learning how to basically refine what I'm trying to do and make it better. And that's what he should have been doing. Like I said, he's not a stupid man. He's a very intelligent human being. He is. I watch some of the stuff that he does. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff he wires in and some of the things he does. He's a very intelligent person. But it's sad because his mindset is all about basically hating other people when it should be more of basically concentrating on his own craft. That's what he should be doing. He has the potential to go places. He really does. But if you spend so much of your time hating on an individual, you cannot go anywhere at all. Period. That's why I don't pay me. I do pay him from time to time. Because like I said, people say you shouldn't pay him any mind at all. That's like if you have a neighbor and say you put out a nice, beautiful backyard, right? Nice, green, nice backyard, and they throw a can of paint on your beautiful grass. Would you ignore that? Honestly, you wouldn't. You'd probably go around there and knock on the door. Some of you would probably do worse. But you're not going to ignore it. You're going to confront that person and what they did. Some of y'all might even try to go for revenge. It's just human nature and what we are. So if someone sits there and said, oh, you should ignore it. Imagine if you spent years, we're talking about years, 10 years, 12 years of your life testing, constant testing, building and designing for 10 years, and somebody comes along and tries to tear down what you tried to build. You'd be stupid to roll over and let them take it. You fight for it. That's what you do. But with this particular individual, it's not much of a fight because the technology he's developed, I did it 10 years ago. I did it already. So, I mean, so what? I'm developing black technology. Why should you be so concerned about it? Why are you so concerned about everything that I'm making, everything I design? Why are you so interested in it? Concentrate on your own craft. That's what you should be doing. I could show him how to advance his product to the point where he can build an amazing customer base. There's things I could show him how to do. But some people in life, they always come with a full glass in life, and they can never learn anything. I come half glass because I have people come. One guy came and talking about mounting projectors upstairs to my room, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to mount it to the ceiling, but I'm thinking like, I got a deck outside. I can mount it to the deck underneath. That's a pretty good idea. So now I'm actually going online to buy myself a mounting so I can mount one of the Sony projectors up under the deck because I have a screen that goes down there now. I have a motorized screen. And instead of me coming out there with a table and setting everything up and plugging everything in, I can basically put a projector up there and I can actually design an outer box, or I can get one of those giant domes that they put security cameras in, or just get one basically built because my friend has a 3D printer. He could build me a dome. I can put an exhaust fans in it. Oh man, see, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of stuff that tingles through my mind all the time. Just putting this dome projector right up under the freaking water, and I can record. Especially if I can design it where I can actually rotate the freaking the mount. That'd be kind of cool to move it back around like a security camera, but it'd be much like a projector. Oh, that's the ideas that pop in my head. So anyway, like I said, and all that came from the individual coming in the room saying, hey, you should do so-and-so and so. Fantastic idea. I had to thank him for it because it was a really good idea. When I showed you the demonstration of the gray screen, one of the guys came in and said that, hey, why don't you do a demonstration? Show me the gray screen versus your technology. Good idea. Fantastic. And that's why I've been integrating that, showing off the gray screen versus our black technology. And not only do we test against gray screen paints, but come on, man, I test against high performance screens because I have to find something that basically that will give me a challenge. One of the screens that gave me the hardest challenge when I was doing gray screens was a Seymour AV 1.3. That screen's a monster. Trying to develop a screen, any kind of gray screen against that is a black screen can take it out easily because the bottom line is it's contrast on a black screen. But a gray screen going against a Seymour AV 1.3, kind of hard to do. I don't waste my time on Crow. If I wasted my time on Crow, I wouldn't get half of the stuff I get done around here. Do you have any idea how many projects I'm doing right now? How many customers I take care of? I just got an interesting phone call today, and I can't say anything about it because I got a funny feeling it's going to be locked into an NDA, but it is something pretty big. All I can say is it is part of the movie industry. I'm going to leave that alone at that. That's all I can say. But it's a pretty interesting conversation I had today. But no, I don't waste my time with Crow, because if I waste my time with Crow, that means every single video I'll be trying to basically come at him. I don't do that. I don't. When he designs stuff, when he designs a new paint, do you see me buy his paint, bring it over here and do unboxings? No. All you see me over here is working on my stuff. Now, if he basically fires a cannon over my head, I'm going to fire a bigger cannon over his to tell him, look, if that you think you're on the same level I am, just do the same demonstration. That's all. And he'll go back to doing something else and he just goes about his business until we design something new. But we don't waste any time. We don't bother with him on that level. I show you these demonstrations. I show these demonstrations for the Crow Boys because the Crow Boys need to see this. That's what I need to see, but I don't waste my time. People say, oh, you waste your time. If I waste my time, do you have any idea what I do on my day? I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning. Some people see me doing the gaming room. When I was working on that, I didn't think I had slept for like 2 days. I think I only had 2 hours of sleep between designing the gaming room. And someone was asking me, like, good gracious, man, you want to get some sleep? Right now, I have an acoustic screen I got to build, which oh, by the way, I ordered the micro mesh. That's coming in the mail, the micro mesh. We're going to build the acoustic screen. I have so many projects that I'm doing right now. If I wasted all my time with him, I would get nothing done. So I've already, my gaming room, and look at the stuff that I build around here. You're talking about wasting time. That's set up with all the LED lights and everything installed in. That's craziness right there. Kitchen projection screen with ultra short throw projector. Look what I did to my deck. 126-inch screen, sofa, barbecue, all that craziness. Done. That took a while to put together. These are all these little projects I'm working on to get done. You haven't seen nothing yet. Look at the ceiling. I painted my entire ceiling with black technology. That took 2 days to do, man. That was not an easy thing to do. Then over here, 135-inch screen, 135-inch screen, I had to coat that one. I had to remove just about everything out of this environment to paint that ceiling like this. That took a lot of time. On top of that, keep in mind, I had to process orders through the whole entire episode. Then I had to cover everything here in plastic. I'm about to fire this up in a few minutes. You're about to see how crazy this thing looks. And now I'm upstairs building a gaming room. I'm like one of the very few people who actually keep the lights on while they're firing up a projector on a black screen. Well, I don't even have the black screen. Watch this. You know how long it takes to paint upside down on a screen? It is not freaking easy to paint a screen upside down. I had to wear goggles the entire time. How much paint I got in my eyes doing that? Look at that. Crow boys, I want you to see that. See that right in the middle? I got a lamp, a ceiling fixture in the middle of my screen that's sitting on my ceiling, and I'm producing an image of a city at nighttime. You come to my ambient projection. All right, so let me show you crazy stuff I'm building today. I love that screen. That's beautiful. All right, so let's pop upstairs and show you the madness that I'm going through right now. That I'm doing. There's the office. There's my projector collection. This is what I'm in here building now. This is the gaming room. Oh yeah, that screen was converted to black today. This is the gaming room I'm building. I have this projector. This room is going to have 3 projectors in it. I'm already building the shelf systems to hang up the projectors. I've ordered sound bars. I'm going to be firing this one up pretty soon. Playing with that one pretty soon. I'll show you what I've been building over here. So I don't have any time, because most of my time is spent either working on some projects or putting something together or doing demonstrations or doing tutorials, looking over contracts. I'm in 2 contract negotiations right now. I got an interesting phone call. Like I said, I can't say too much about it, but all I can say is that it does involve something with the movie industry. That's all I can tell you. Even I was shocked that somebody was watching my video from that point of view. I was shocked that someone was watching it. Movie industry are interested in black technology. I told you one day, man, maybe, I don't know, maybe before I pass off this earth, somebody will take up where I started from, and maybe one day, you know, when COVID's over and we can all somewhat go back to a normal life, you may walk into a movie theater and see a black screen sitting up there. And you say, hey, yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, he developed it a long time ago. So and so and so. Yep. So this right here is the project I'm working on now. This is the arcade cabinet retro gaming system. A lot of freaking work. No. You don't think I have people hating on me. Okay, so this is the comment he just made. I don't have anyone hating on me. When you have time, go back and check out Crow's videos and you judge for yourself. Because let me explain something to you. When you say that I'm a scammer, that I steal from people, that, my friend, is called slandered. Now, you do know, I have a friend of mine who's an attorney. I'll explain something to you. If you make an accusation about somebody, start a rumor about somebody, say that rumor comes to life, right? And that is called slandered. Take somebody to court and sue them for a great deal of money for that. Yeah, it's messing with definition of character. That's what it's called. So, bottom line, he started this rumor that I was a scammer. That's kind of low. And there's some stuff that this man has done, trust me, that you don't even know about. First things first, with the paint on demonstration, he mixed the paint with black paint. So how is it possible, all you crow boys out here, that you watch me paint this demonstration right here, live, using that black technology that we've been working on for years, and I'm able to produce an image with no problem whatsoever, but yet when he does it, the image comes out so dark that you can't even see the screen barely. Now, to prove what he was doing, we actually did the same demonstration. We took black paint on one side, we took our technology on the other side, and produced an image showing a snow field. The paint, that black paint, came out exactly as the same color as the paint he was basically displaying in his video review, where our technology came out brighter. It reacted the same way if you mix black paint with it. And then on top of that, consider the fact that, you know, he's trying to tell people our technology's fake, it's not real, it's this, that, and the other. I mean, come on, I've done so many live demonstrations. I've done demonstrations on level that he can't even match. We had the 1100 lumen challenge. It's never been matched. Simply, I got his product. Keep in mind, I've had Crow's product here. I've done his demonstration. I did the 1100 lumen challenge and his paint faded outside. You can't, and on top of them, turn this way, all right? If you're going to consider yourself to be in the same boat as I am, then you have to do the exact same demonstrations that I do. That's what you have to do. You can't fake them. When I watch a demonstration, I can pull apart the entire environment and I can tell how they're basically manipulating the screen just by staring at the environment and how much light is entering the environment. For instance, the football demonstration on the ultra short throw P1 that he was displaying. Now, keep in mind, if you understand the laws of physical light, you do know if you have an ultra short throw projector at 3,000 lumens. Oh, and by the way, one of my customers just bought a P1 and he's using our black technology. He'll be showing videos very soon. But anyway, that P1, that Optoma P1 projector, or whatever he has, all right, keep in mind, if you have a projector, short throw, mind you, that projector is 3,000 lumens. If you're 3,000 lumens and you're less than a foot away from your screen, that means the image is going to be much more brighter than a projector of 3,000 lumens sitting at 17 to 18 feet away. Why? Because at 18 feet away, that means 3,000 lumens is going to have to travel 18 feet, and by the time it makes destination with the screen, it will no longer be 3,000 lumens. It will be less than that. Where if you have a projector that's short throw, that's sitting less than a foot away from the screen, has a shorter distance, which means it can produce a much brighter image. And judging on the picture size, if it's 100 inches, means the pixelations are pushed together much more tighter, giving them more sharper, more brighter image. Trust me, I know projectors. I know the physical of light. I have to. I'm developing this stuff that can produce images outside. I have to know how it works. So I know for the fact that when you do a demonstration displaying football, colors are going to be bright, they're going to be vivid, you're going to have very little contrast levels are going to pop up in that particular demonstration. Therefore, you can do the demonstration in a fully lit environment and not have that problem. Now, if this screen paint did not require any form of ambient light rejection technology, that means he could do every last demonstration in a fully lit environment. There'd be no need to do any demonstrations in the dark. It's rare that you see me do a demonstration in the dark. Very rare. Majority of my demonstrations are done with the lights on. So, as in saying that, I know how people cut corners. If you're going to say that you're doing an outdoor projection screen out in the light, oh please don't let me get me started on this one. That one right there, I had to comment on that video. I'm sorry. If you're going to do a demonstration, do it right. Do not cut corners. The demonstration I saw sitting on his balcony, his projector was on a slant this way. The light was coming this way, which means any light would have hit the screen, would have hit the back part of the screen. You get me? His projector was sitting probably at a long throw projector, was probably sitting about right here, and the screen was sitting right there. The screen was about the size of that right there, about a little bit smaller than that. So bottom line is what you're showing me is that a projector that is sitting right up on top of the screen, and you're telling me that, oh no, this is outside ambient light. You can use it outside. It's not an ambient light outside rejection test. Are you crazy? I mean, seriously, are you crazy? That's an insult to people to me to design this stuff. You know what an ambient light rejection test is? That's taking that little pocket projector that I have of 1,000 lumens and sitting it back 13 feet and producing a Tron image on a screen that's gray outside at around 6 o'clock in the evening. That is a demonstration. You see, go to my trailer, look at my trailer. See that trailer? That's me painting a screen outside at around 7 o'clock in the evening. And not only showing contrast, but showing bright, beautiful colors on top of that. You can't cut corners, man. You can't cut more corners. If you look at these demonstrations with, and not only him, these bigger companies too, when they set up those screens in that environment, that's nobody's home. That's a stage that's set up to put that screen in that environment with that projector and that lighting that they have to make that environment look like it's well lit when it's actually not. There are shadows all in the corners in those environments. Of course, he claims it not to be ambient light rejection. Definitely, he claims to be ambient light, not ambient light rejection. When you claim a technology not to be ambient light rejection, that means the bottom line is that you don't basically have to do the demonstrations that everybody else has to do. Now, if he's saying that, hey, look, my screen's not ambient light rejection, and you're showing me a demonstration on a 1,000 lumen projector sitting back 13 feet, hitting your screen and pulling contrast levels and colors, that's impressive. But it's not impressive if you're showing me a demonstration of an ultra short throw at 3,000 lumens that's sitting a foot away from a screen. Where's the distance throw? Where's the challenge? When I did the demonstration on the Platinum Eclipse, do you know how far that projector sat back on a 1,000 lumen projector? 25 feet. 25 feet, my friend. Not only was it 25 feet, but I had two 200-watt floodlights standing right directly in front of it to cut down the lumens before they made it out of the projector. So 21 feet in my environment means that projector sat back right here. This is where it sat. It cut right across all that ambient light, made contact with the screen, and produced an image at 1,000 lumens. That's what you call a demonstration. But if I take my projector, mind you, and I bring it all the way up, right up to the screen, like my ultra short though sits on top of my counter right there, that's no demonstration at all. That screen is going to pull up regardless because it's ultra short throw, because the distance throw isn't that far, which means that screen is going to get hit with majority, a large count of those lumens. That's what I'm talking about, cutting corners. Then you got to show what your technology, the difference between your technology when it comes to high performance screens. Someone's going to come and say, okay, what's the difference between your technology and this screen or that screen? You should have all those sample sheets in there. If you're comparing yourself to me, you need to have all those sample sheets in there. You should be testing your product on all those different forms of sample sheets. You should be showing contrast levels. When we developed the gray screen, when I came here with the gray screen, that gray technology we were working on, tell me, when I first came out and I sat there and told people that I want to see a demonstration on these gray screens of doing multiple different versions of gray screens, I want to see contrast levels, I want to see blues, greens, reds, I want to see straight solid colors. That's what I want to see. I want to see that screen outside doing demonstrations on projectors that are lower than 2,000 lumens. Said that multiple times. Nobody did it. So we developed a gray screen and we did it. Check out my channel. As a matter of fact, it's not an old video. You can go back and check it. Check out my channel. That demonstration was done on that great technology. Not only that, when you're talking about invisible technology, which he tried to do. Invisible technology, I sat there and just showed today a screen that we developed that's front and rear. So basically at 1,000 lumens, 4 feet back, I'm able to push an image right through the glass, hit my screen, and mind you, where I had my screen pulled back like this, it was probably about two or 3 feet away from the actual window. So that means the projector had to travel inside, ambient light, boom, hit the glass, travel through outside ambient light, make contact to the back of the screen, produce an image on the other side that you can see. That's what you call an impressive demonstration. That's what you call not cutting corners. Now, if you want to design a low-grade paint, if you want to design a budget paint, then that's what you do. But you don't stick yourself on that level unless you can compete on that level. And that's not trying to be disrespectful. I can't go against elite screens. I can't say, oh, I beat Elite Screen, I beat Paxton, I beat whatever, blah, blah. I can't say that until I show you a demonstration of me actually doing it. That's why I have those sample sheets in there. That's why I can sit here in my living room, my friend, at live, and you can see my screen crystal clear. You want to talk about ambient light rejection technology. Even if he claims it not to be, like I said, you should never, if your technology is not ambient light rejection, then you shouldn't do any demonstrations with the lights on. You shouldn't even claim it to have the ability to be able to produce an image with the lights on. Because then people are going to ask you to do those demonstrations. Okay, so if it doesn't require ambient light rejection, let me see you do that demonstration at 18 feet back or at 20 feet back, or let me see that demonstration hitting the screen in a fully lit environment. I'm going to see how it reacts. You shouldn't claim that at all, period. If you're saying it's not ambient light rejection, then advise your customers don't use it in the dark. And if it's not ambient light rejection, you definitely shouldn't be coming against us, because that's what we specialize in, is ambient light rejection technology. Because he hasn't matched any of the demonstrations. You can argue it up and down, friend. You can argue it up and down. I've seen most of his demonstrations. And like I said, one of the demonstrations that he started on our black technology was the fact that it was so dark that you couldn't see the image. Now, you explain to me right now, how come you're seeing the image on this technology right now if it's so dark? You got a lot of talk. I want you to explain to me, how is that possible? If he said in his videos that image was so dark that you couldn't see it, I want you to explain to me why you're seeing this right now. Come on, I'm giving you a minute. Explain to me, how is it possible? Because if you said he never said it, I'll find that video and I'll post it right here for you to see. All right, I thought so. See what I mean? That's the one thing they always went back to when it comes to my black technology. Oh, it's so dark. It's so dark you can't even see the screen. It's so dark it's impossible to see. Well, you explain to me why you're seeing my screen right here live. You're seeing it, watching it. Look at that. You're seeing the image. So how is it possible? The UV paint, we don't even have that crap anymore. I'm sorry, we don't have that stuff anymore here. I had the UV paint you do recognize my difference of my house, don't you? I moved up and got me a bigger house. You do see, I used to have the other house. I did that demonstration in the other house. Everything that was in that basement was left behind in that basement. These are some medical problems that happened in that house. And keep in mind, the UV Bix does not pull contrast. It's a dark gray screen. We got a screen called Platinum Eclipse. That screen is so dark, it looks like it's black. But I didn't ask you that question. You still didn't answer my question. I'm asking you again. Explain to me how my screen is pulling up a bright image that you can see, when he claimed that it comes up so dark you can't see it. That's what I asked you. I ain't talking about UV Mix. I'm asking you. Don't avoid the question. Just answer the question when I asked you, man. That's all I'm asking you to do. Channel, I'm not going to block you in any way whatsoever possible. It's all I want you to do. Because I hear you guys chattering. I see you guys chattering about my technology being so dark that you can't even see it. Oh, don't buy that paint. It's so dark you can't even see the image. So all I want you to do is just explain to all of us in the room, how is it possible that you're seeing this image if it's so dark? Don't mention any other paints. Don't avoid the question. Don't give me that 5 minutes of quiet time. Explain right now. That's why this channel is open for you crow boys. I didn't ask you to do a demo UV Mix. I'm asking you right now. I asked you a simple question. Until they beat around the bush. Tell me why my screen is producing a bright enough image. That's all I'm asking you. And you keep going back to this. Now I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to put you in the corner. I'm going to ignore you. Because now you're just basically just going mumbo jumbo to me. I'm asking you a simple question. How is the screen producing a bright, beautiful image if this image is supposed to be so dark? Just answer the question. That's all. Now you're going to answer the question. I told you. They'll beat around the bush. He'll come in the room and keep ranting. Or they'll beat around the bush about everything under the sun about what I asked them. Now, the reason why they were trying to discourage people from going near our black technology, because they were saying that our screens came up so dark that you couldn't even see them. So I'm asking him a simple question. You're watching this live. There's no smoke. There's no mirrors. There's no magical tricks. Tell me how my image is coming up bright when it's supposed to be so dark that you can't see it. And he can't answer it. He got no words for it. There you go. That's one boy. That's one crow boy that won't pull that comment up again. Buddy, I'm ignoring you now. The black paint is too expensive. All right, listen to him. He says the black paint is too expensive. Too expensive. Let me get this straight. So it's my screen beat a Paxton, the DLP Paxton, if I'm saying it wrong, Paxel, whatever thing it's called. That's a $5,000 projection screen. My screen challenged the Dark Star 9. It actually was able to outperform the Dark Star 9 at $3,000. It actually outperformed the Gray Cinema 5D. You have high lumens. Dude, again, you got it. You're sinking, man. You're sinking. I got high lumens. Are you kidding me? I did that demonstration on my gray screen on a 1,000 lumen projector. I got 1,000 lumen projectors. I got 900. I got 600. I got old relic projectors. You want to see my selection of projectors up there? I don't just got all high power projectors up here. Majority of most of the demonstrations I do are on low lumen projectors. As a matter of fact, I just did a demonstration live showing my big boy Christy against a 1,000 lumen projector. And both of them pulled a beautiful image off the screen. So what are you talking about? And you're taking a stab in the dark, man. You're taking a stab in the dark. You keep swinging that knife in and out. You might, in the chest. Come on, man. Come on. You got to come up better than that. Now they got to go. Now they're going to go to the lumens now. Or you're using high-end lumen projectors. I do unboxings. Keep in mind so you can be informed on this. Every projector that I buy, I do an unboxing. I open it up. No factory settings. Nothing touched on the projector. And I hit the screen with it. Anybody who watches my demonstration sees me do this. They watch me open up a projector. I pull out some beat up old projectors at 900, 700, 600 lumens. So don't go into the high powered lumens. Don't do that. I've done these demonstrations. As a matter of fact, before any of our technology can get that label, they have to pass 1,000 lumen test, which means that screen has to be taken outside between 12 to 13 feet, and it has to be to produce an image on a projector of 1,000 lumens at that distance at around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening in order to pass the test. So no, you can't use the high power lumen thing. Nah, I'm sorry. You got to move on from there. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I go with Crow Boys. They're so convinced that first our technology, like I said, was supposed to be so dark that you couldn't even see it. You see all that, right? Do you see all that right there? Not to put you down in any way, but I see right now that you're not answering my question. It's kind of like watching a person jump out of a plane without a parachute. They're just reaching in every direction to try to save themselves from basically hitting the ground. My friend, you have hit the ground already. So I'm trying to explain to you crystal clear. Just answer the question. You want the high lumen projectors. Anybody who knows me, who watched me do a demonstration, knows I have old projectors. I get excited. They want to hear me on the camera getting excited. Oh yeah, we got a freaking 900 lumen projector. We got a 600 lumen projector. I wonder how low. I get a kick out of that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can take it outside. I don't shy away from the light or none of that nonsense. So I'm asking you a question. Again, I said I think he's using AR-12. I think he's using AR-12. That is AR-12. That's what the demonstrate. That is an AR-12. Everybody know. Oh my God. I'm done. I'm done with you, buddy. I'm done. People, we all know what the black screen paint is, right? The black screen paint is 12, right? That's what the black stands for. It's a 12. But keep in mind, the platinum eclipse is a 12. But then again, the gray screen that we developed, that's a 12 also. All right? But that's a black right there that I'm using. So what are you saying? Because this is a black screen right here. You do know that, right? This is a black screen. That's a black screen, right? But that's what the whole thing I was trying to explain to you and trying to ask you the question. I said simply and plain, how is my black technology producing an image that you can see? Oh, look how beautiful the white flowers are. Explain to me how that's possible. How is a screen that's black producing an image like that? When everybody claimed that it was, you Crow Boys all claimed it was so dark you can't see it. That's what I'm asking you. And then he comes in and says, oh, he's using 12. Of course I'm using 12. It's a black screen. That's what you just saw me use. That's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking you a simple question. Again, how is it done? Someone told you that it was impossible, that our screens came up so dark that you can't see it. So how is that possible? And yet he evades the question again. He said it's 12. It's ambient light rejection 12. At one point, they were saying that ambient light rejection 12 that we developed didn't exist. It wasn't even real. It was something that I made up in my head. It wasn't actually real at all. And now he's proclaiming it to be ambient light rejection 12. I'm going to make you a crystal boy yet. Yes, I'm going to make you a crystal boy. Turn you into a crystal boy. Don't worry, buddy. Well, I'm not paying attention to you anymore. I had to put you in the corner. You got a timeout. I'm done. I sat there and asked you several questions, and you couldn't answer the questions at all. Simple and plain. That's all I did. And you couldn't answer any of the questions I told you to do. I asked you 3 or 4 times. I even gave you enough time to answer. And you kept coming back with all these bogus questions and stuff. So I'm done. All right, Pro Boys. Let's move on from there. Now, you just saw me paint the screen in right there. All right. Let's go to, let's see. Let's go to, let's see. Let's go to Batman. Let's see, Batman, the Tumblr scene. Let's go to this right here. We're going to do the Batman, the Tumblr scene. Big Chef, boy, you got to sit in the corner, Big Chef. Sit in the corner. Do you know how to make beef Wellington or filet mignon, any kind of filet mignon? Give us a recipe, Big Chef. Because your cooking skills and technology are not good. But give us something. Cherry Jubilees. Yeah, that's interesting. Show us the recipe for cherry Jubilees. All right, buddy. Are you a chef for real? That'd be pretty cool. Are you a chef for real? What culinary art school did you go to? I dabbled in that field. I went to restaurant school. I spent the month in Paris over there studying as an intern and came back over here. Tell me about it. I get grilled. How do I get grilled? I asked you how am I grilled? I asked you a simple question. And you couldn't even answer the question. I asked you simply, how in the world is my screen producing such a bright color when it's supposed to be dark? Simple question. And you couldn't answer it. Now you got to come back and try to save face by saying, I was grilled. I wasn't grilled. I asked you a simple question. You couldn't answer it. You answered every other question. And one of the questions you said, oh, he's using ambient light rejection 12. Of course I'm using ambient light rejection 12. That's the product that I'm using. Good one for figuring that one out. But still, that's not what I answered. And you still haven't answered my question yet. So, okay, laugh it off the best way you can. But this is what this is designed for you to come in and answer, for me to answer you these questions. Because for some reason you got in your head that my technology is so dark you can't see it, and you're watching it live, and I'm asking you a question. You can't answer the question, Big Chef. But it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. I'm using high lumen venue projectors. So that's how the image is pulling up on high lumen venue projectors. Big Crow. Brother Green, I'm gonna call you Big Chef. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going to bring downstairs my Sony 1000 lumen projector. If this projector produces an image much like this one at 1000 lumens, you're blocked for life. All right? So I want you to stay here. Come on, I'm going to go upstairs and get it right now. I want you to stay here to see this. That's a 4000 lumen projector. We're going to go upstairs and grab one of the 1000 lumen projectors, okay? Because you're claiming I'm using a high venue projector, and that's the only way that I'm able to do that. I want you to see this real quick. You see my collection of projectors, my friend? Which one you want to use? Which one you want to use, Big Chef? I test my technology on all these projectors. Which one? We got laser projectors. We got Panasonics over here. We got ultra short those. We got Sony Stacks. We got over here. We got Christie's. What do you want? Which one? You know what we're going to use? We're going to use this one right here. That's what we're going to use. This is a projector that's going to get you blocked, my friend. This right here, let me explain to you what this projector is. This is a projector of 1000 lumens, 720p. No. Don't get mad. Don't get mad now. Now he was claiming it's a big venue projector I was using, right? Don't leave the room. Stay. I was using a high venue projector, and that's the reason why I was able to pull an amazing contrast level. All right. So wait, come on, Chef. Come over here real quick. I want to show you. So everybody, Big Chef is saying that the reason why I'm able to pull up an amazing contrast level is because I'm using a 4,000 lumen projector. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Sony, our portable projector right here. Dude, you can sit there, you got to understand, the video is set up for you guys. It's not a demonstration video. This video is set up for you Crow Boys. That's why it's labeled like that, Crow Boys Welcome. This is meant for you to come in and act like this. I want everybody to display and see how you act. This is what this video is set up for. You're not messing up my video. This is what it's designed for. This is designed so you can come into my video and show how you really act. And so I can answer you the question, which I've been dying for you to answer. How come the screen is producing such a bright image? But you can't answer my question. All you can do is come in with silly comments like adolescence. I asked you a very educational question and you still can't answer it yet. Now, I will answer again as I'm setting this up. How is it possible if my screen produces an image so dark that you can't see it? How is that possible? Oh, see? And then this is how they come back. Oh, you're mad? No, I'm not mad at all. I'm just trying to figure out why you're not answering the question. That's all. But whatever you got to do to float your boat. All right, so let's take this out right now. We're going to remove this. Drop the 4,000 lumen projector. And remove this over here. Chromecast at the back of this. Set this up over here. All right, let's grab this. Nobody's mad. I'm just trying to get you to answer the question. How come you haven't answered the question? I asked you a question. How come you haven't answered the question? Simple, plain. Answer the question. That's all. You're writing in caps. You must be angry. You're writing in all caps. Did you get your cap button stuck again? Look, dude, just answer the question. I'm asking you, simple question. Why is the screen producing such a bright image if it's supposed to be so dark? Just answer the question. That's all. We're all waiting. Why you got to beat around the bush? Answer you a simple question. And you can't answer it. Because you know what? You can't answer it because bottom line is everything you thought is a lie. Everything you was told was a lie. That's the problem, my buddy. That's why you can't answer it. You went around all that time thinking that my technology was so dark that you couldn't even see it. Look at it right there. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at the purples. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay. I'm unprofessional. I'm unprofessional because I invite you into a room and all I did was ask you a simple question. So I'm unprofessional because you can't answer the question. That makes me unprofessional. Because I put you on the spot. Well, if you knew that was a thing, you should have never came in the room to begin with. That's all. I'm trying to make me look bad. That don't work. The room is set up for you to come in. Since you guys like to talk all this nonsense behind my back and talk trash about me, I invite you into my channel to talk. And instead of you answering the question like an adult, you come back with all these giant caps and emojis and not carrying on. But okay, whatever you got to do to float your boat. All right, Big Chef, I want you to stick in here for this one. All right, so what I'm showing you right now, let me see. We'll get this to adjust real quick. All right, so now we're using 1,000 lumen projector. That's it. Here we go. 1,000 lumen 720p SVGA. Sony projector right there. No 4,000 lumens, none of that. You see how big the image is? See how big it's expanding on the back of my kitchen? That's how big the image is. So I've overlapped the kitchen. That means the pixel count has actually been expanded way beyond max. It's not made to fit the screen. I got it expanded, which means anytime it overlaps the screen, that means the pixels have been expanded. And as you can see, the contrast level is showing up on our screen. Hey, Big Chef, you want to know something about this projector? It doesn't have contrast at all. None at all. This projector was manufactured in 1999. It is so old, I had to use a VGA to HDMI adapter just to run the Chromecast to the back of it. Now, what were you saying about high-end venue projectors again? Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I gotta show you something real quick. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I want you to look at this screen. What does this screen say right here? Can you understand what that says? These are the sample sheets we test against. Wait, now look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look. There you go. That's what we test against, my friend. We don't do screen paints versus screen paints. There you go. Oh, it looks horrible. Oh, it looks horrible. Dude, I'm sorry, but you're just taking a stab at the dark, that's all. I'm sorry, dude. Goodbye. No, wait. I'm going to keep you around for a little bit longer. I'm not done with you yet. I'm here a little bit longer. So basically, what I'm showing you is, that's a Paxel. That's a screen right there by Daylight Screen. That's one of the darker screens they developed. If you look at that next to our technology is actually producing a much darker contrast than that screen. Mind, this is a Batman demonstration. Okay, buddy. I can see basically starting to get a little crazy, but whatever. But anyway, so you do know I am, right? Okay. But anyway, so as you can see that, like I said, we do these demonstrations against high performance screens. That's a newer screen that just came out. So as you can see, our screen is producing better contrast, even on a projector of 1,000 lumens. 1,000 lumens. So Big Chef was basically arguing that, oh, I'm using the venue projector, it's high powered, it's 4,000 lumens. That's the reason why I can go in there and I can basically have a brighter image and so forth. So now we're using 1,000 lumens, and this is pretty much all he can come up with. But we'll let him keep ranting, because I want everybody, when we post this video pretty much everywhere, I want them to see how these people act. Oh, and by the way, here, hold on. Let's go into here real quick. I can read perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure you can, with you being a chef and all, which of you, if you are one. But like I said, you came in, you challenged me, and I showed you exactly what it was. I don't know what you're upset about. You accused me of using a high venue projector. I went in and I got basically one of my my low-end projectors. That's what I did. I even went in and got one of my high-end sample sheets. That's what I did. So what else you want? What else you want? I'm showing you right there live. That's my technology sitting against a $5,000 projection screen. And you said my product was too expensive? That's what you said? So let me get this straight. If I want to paint a screen size of 126 inches, it would cost my customers $160. But if you wanted to go out and get a 100-inch of this particular sample sheet right here, it would cost you $5,000. So how would my product be too expensive if I'm showing demonstrations of my product outperforming higher performance screens? All right then, there you go right there. That shows you the value of my technology. Would you like for me to get another sample sheet? I got another one in there. Hold on, I'll be back. Let's go back and get the, let's see what we can bring up real quick. All right, we have, for you, my friend, we have a Gray Cinema 5D by Elite Screens right there. All right, let's put that right here. All right. All right, we got that right there. How about a DMP Supernova? I got one of those too. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me go upstairs and grab my samples for you, chef. I got you. Don't worry. Gotta learn to calm down. Don't stress out, okay? This video is to educate you. You see all these sample sheets I have here, chef? See all the sample sheets I have? That's what I test my technology on all day. We have, let's see, what do you want? We have a DMP Supernova. You want that? We'll put that up there for you. All right, let's grab that one. DMP Supernova. Let's put this down. Oh, you do know the screen's like $5,000, right? That is a $5,000 projection screen. So we have the, let's see, we have the 1300 to 1400. We have the Paxel, which is around $5,000. And then we have the, let me get this out of the way because I got the roller in the way of that one. We got the roller. We got this one right here that is around about $5,000 at the bottom, DMP Supernova. See, the thing about it is, the only thing you could do is put laugh emojis up. Because the problem is that I came in here, you want to accuse me of using a high value projector, I switched over to 1,000 lumens. You want to say my product was too expensive, I'm showing you my screen actually going against high performance screens that cost anywhere between $1,400 to anywhere between $5,000. But the only reason why you can only just put out laugh emojis is because that's all that you have to reach for. You can't give me any kind of educational comment back to tell me, explain to me how all this is working. And this is how you're reacting. This is, now mind you, this channel is set up for adults only. So this is an adult acting like this. But like I said, this is a chance for Crow Boys to come in and try to explain to me how my technology is not supposed to be working the way, you know, someone has explained it to them. That I'm not supposed to be able to pull up beautiful images, that I'm not supposed to be, my product is too expensive when I'm sitting here doing demonstrations against high performing expensive screens. I can do demonstrations with my screens outside with no problem. But yet, to them, that they think that my product isn't what it is. Now, we're all watching this live. So the only thing that he could come up with after me asking repeatedly a simple question, you know, if he said my product is so dark, how am I able to do this? He just couldn't come up with an answer. He was just grabbing for things out of the air, like you're using a high power projector. We've switched out to 1,000 lumens. Your product is too expensive. We show high performance sample sheets. So what do you want me to do to back it up? So let's keep on going. So what else you got, my man? Crow Boys, the bottom line, you have nothing. You have nothing at all, not a thing. You came into a room, you got it, I showed you everything. Bottom line is I broke down the projector for you. I brought in the high power sample sheets, and you have nothing at all. You didn't answer any of my questions, what I gave to you. All you did was come back with adolescent comments. That's it. And that's a shame. Because that shows you exactly how deep the intelligence goes. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. I mean, you couldn't, even if you just sat there and said, well, you know what? You're right, but you can't even admit that. Look at that. All right, look, I'm going to show you one more, all right? And then after that, you can go get yourself a cookie. All right, I'm just playing with you, just calm down. Let's see, let's go into, let's see. That worked out. This is why this, you do know, this is why this was set up. This whole entire Crow Boys welcome was set up for you to come in here so I can talk to you. That's what was set up. Because I said before the video started that I guarantee when they come in here, we have some of them that are pretty good, we're cool with. They come in and answer questions and stuff. You know, they're good people. You know, then we have other ones in there that don't know how to act right. Not all Crow Boys act like this. We got ones, I had a couple, one came here a couple of days, well, yesterday, well, actually one was in here today. Really nice guy, really cool dude, you know what I mean? Came in, we had a conversation, real good guy. But some of them that come in, they don't know how to act right, so they just carry on and act up. So these are the ones that carry on act up. These are the ones that basically that go out starting the rumors by saying that, hey, look, this product is so dark, you can't see it, it's like black paint, it's this, that, and the other. And that's why I bought those particular ones in this environment, so we could talk about this. But instead of them giving them any kind of educational answer, they reply back as with laughing emojis, because that's all they have. No, it's all right, buddy. That's right. Yep. I'm doing this. Okay, so bottom line is I'm scamming people, but I'm doing a live demonstration. Okay, yeah. I understand how that works. So let me get this straight. This is all a scam, and this is a live demonstration, right? That's what you're saying? Oh, save hundreds? Crow saves you hundreds? Dude, that's a $5,000 screen on against my technology. I'm saving people thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. And again, like I said, my challenge has never been met. It's been sitting up there. So, as I said before, we have 1100 lumen challenge on a demonstration I did on a screen outside at around last year. The demonstration was put out for anyone, not just Crow, anybody to challenge the demonstration. It was never met. So I asked any of the Crow boys if they have this product, take the demonstration, do the demonstration outside around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, and do the demonstration 12 feet back on a projector of 1100 lumens. You could post it at the bottom of the video. We're going to check that post today and see how many posted on that video. So let me show you up close of my technology next to a Paxel screen. Look at this. Where is the DMP supernova at? Do you see it? It's right there the whole time. That's where the DMP supernova was sitting there the whole time. You couldn't see it. So bottom line is my technology blended in to a DMP supernova, a $5,000 screen. On that note, Mr. Big Chef, you have proved nothing right at all. Matter of fact, I just sat there and asked you simple questions. You couldn't answer any of my questions at all. I asked you again. I'm going to ask all of you at the same time. One last time. If my technology is so dark, how is it possible that I'm producing this image right here, that you can see it? Now, I'm going to wait and give you a chance to answer. I'm waiting. Just answer the question. I told you they can't answer the question. All right, guys, you got to go. Bye-bye. He tried, but he couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Goodbye. I asked you the question already. The question was already answered. Simple question. If my technology is so dark, how come it's coming up so bright? It was supposed to be so dark that you can't even see the screen. Explain why you can see the screen. Now, the buddy said behind me, he said I was using a 4,000 lumen projector, but we swapped out to a projector of 1,000 lumens. So it wasn't the projector. So how is it? Turn the lights off. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Turn the lights off. Do you know how easy it is to produce a demonstration with the lights off? Again, another person does not understand the physical of light. You do know that it's harder to produce an image on a projector in a fully lit environment than it is to produce a projector in the lights on. You do know that, right? You do know that the lumens have a higher chance of surviving to make contact with the screen. Mind you, my projector sits 18 feet. Now, mind you, if the lights are on, that means the lumen count drops even faster. That's why if you look at people who have giant venue projectors of like 5,000, 10,000 lumens, that means they're calculating that the fact that if their projector's sitting back around like 30-something feet and they're using this in a church, they have to calculate how many lumens are going to be dropped before it makes contact with the screen. I've said this many times. Now, say you start off with 30,000. By the time you travel 30 feet to make contact with the screen, you may only have 5,000 lumens hitting that screen. That screen would have to generate a high enough gain to produce those lumens to make a bright enough image so you can see the image coming right back at you. So it's very easy to do demonstrations with the lights out. Now, you want to see a really cool lights out display because Big Chef thought that he was basically irritating me, and he's not. He has to understand that this is the reason why I set up this stream. This stream was set up so the Crow Boys could come in and they can start voicing their opinion about how dark the technology is. Do you ship to Canada? At the moment, no, we cannot ship to Canada. We can't even ship over. We can't even ship to Puerto Rico right now, due to the fact that because of COVID-19, PayPal is just not showing anything at all. Which I mean, when I try to pull up, like try to ship to another country, nothing comes up that shipped out that item. Nothing will come up at all. So we can't ship overseas until they lift that restriction. Which kind of blows because I have this invisible screen paint that you spray on glass, and that's a big buyer overseas, especially in the UK, but we can't push it out. But what you can do, what I have some people doing, what they're doing is, some of these companies overseas, what they're doing is they're actually having to ship to somebody they may know in the United States, and they'll process the order through there, and then they'll send it out, they'll ship it overseas, so that's how they're doing it. There you go, buddy. That's why I love showing up this screen on the ceiling. This is our technology painted on the ceiling, like I said, with a light fixture in the middle of my screen. And I'm able, back into the wall, I'm able to pull up an image on the ceiling. And there's a projector right there. Like I said, when I watch these demonstrations, the majority of these demonstrations are done in the dark. And you can watch them for yourself. They'll start off showing a little bit of light in the environment, a little bit of light in the environment. And then that video will finish in the dark. Majority, all those videos will either end in the dark. When I do demonstrations, I'm the only person, when I come in, I turn my lights on when I fire up my projector. So I guess Big Chef was upset because he said, well, using a 4,000 lumen projector. He don't realize that I have all those projectors upstairs. Anyone who's ever watched my channel knows that I go and I do unboxings and I bring in some pretty crazy crappy projectors, you know. So, you know, if I'm pulling up projectors of that caliber, and keep in mind, these projectors have to pass that 1,000 lumen test outside. That means this stuff out in here is nothing for the technology to be able to pull off. That's why, and I'm not upset, this is what the room was designed for. We're to bring them in here and have a conversation with them. All this nonsense you've been talking about, how my product is this and my product is that and this, that, and the other. You explain to me how we're watching all this on live and how this is possible. Explain to all of us how this is possible. So one guy said, oh, I'm a scammer. How am I a scammer if you're watching this live? Look how beautiful that image looks. Like I said, at the end, they always resort to childish insults because that is the only thing they have left. They can't come up with anything logical. I answered the question several times. They couldn't reply back. Simple question. And they couldn't reply back. So Crow Boys, you have been schooled for today. You're always welcome in my channel anytime you want to, Crow Boys. I mean, we don't deny it. Like I said, not all Crow Boys are bad. Not all of them are bad. We got a few of them that are really good friends with. They're cool people. Like I said, you know what I mean? They don't come in here carrying on and acting up and stuff like that. But those particular individuals, the ones that came to them carrying on, those are the ones right there that, bottom line, is one face with logic. They just can't compute with it. They can't understand it, and then they just resort to like childish behavior. And that's what you saw. So I'm supposed to be mad because you can't answer a question that I asked you to answer on something that you believe in. I'm supposed to be mad. Look at the contrast level on that. But like I said, that's what it was done. We're going to do another one of these Crow Boy. We're going to do another one outside. We're going to do another one on the 900 lumen projector outside. So tomorrow, Crow Boys, we're going to do a demonstration on the, you know what? We're not even going with a 900 lumen projector. Not even 1,000. Let's do an 800 lumen projector outside tomorrow. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I know what it is. But, you know, like I said, I try to bring them in not to belittle them, just to ask some questions. I didn't call them idiots. I didn't call them dummies. I didn't call them none of that. That was not necessary. I just call them ask some simple questions. That's all. But tomorrow, Crow Boys are welcome for another episode tomorrow. We're going to do a demonstration outside on an 800, 900, and 1,000 lumen projector outside. We're going to do that demonstration. And I want them to explain to me how am I pulling up that image. All right? Now, keep in mind, this channel is set for adults only, as in 18 adults. So these are grown people that are coming and acting this way. Just to let you know. These are adults coming and carrying on like this. All right, so I am going to finish my gaming room for tonight because I got to work on that. I got some stuff coming tomorrow, and we got orders coming out. Let me show you something quick. I love how they say, yeah, oh yeah, I'm a scammer. These are all the orders for today. All of them for today. All those right here, these are all orders right here for today. Are being processed for today. Yeah. Sure. These are customers who have my technology. Some of these are customers who've already bought my technology and they're buying more of it. One guy actually bought one for the living room, turned around, came back and bought more paint for his backyard and for his upstairs bedroom. So he saw me doing a demonstration where I took the ultra short throw projector and I painted a screen upstairs for my bedroom. He's doing the same thing. And I got another one who got the P1 coming in. That same projector that Crow has, he's got it. He's going to do that demonstration on the black. He's already did the demonstration on an old projector, a 720p old projector that he had downstairs he was using, and the picture quality, he loved it. I'm going to get those pictures on the 720p and the pictures on the P1 and also some videos. We're going to post those. But keep in mind, when these people come in and they post those videos, right? BenQ short throw? Yeah, I do got a BenQ short throw. Ultra short throw? Yeah. I'll set it up for tomorrow. I got one. I just bought a BenQ ultra short throw. Well, not short. Wait, no. I got a BenQ ultra. No, short throw. Let's see what we got up here, my friend. I know I bought one. Yeah, there we go. Right there. I have one right there. It's a BenQ. No, Epson. It's an Epson. Epson. I thought it was a BenQ. Well, I might have to buy one. Now, keep in mind, I don't buy projectors every time somebody tells me to buy a projector because that would just cost me too much money. I got bills to pay. My rent's like $1,700 a month. But like I said, it's going to work on any short throw projector. My projector downstairs is an Optoma GT5500. So it's going to work on any short throw projector. We just had the display. When we show them off, when you do a short throw demonstration, it doesn't matter on the caliber of the short throw. It doesn't matter on the brand of the short throw. Short throw demonstration means usually when you do some screens are not compatible with short throw. So what happens if you use a screen that's not compatible with a short throw, it develops something called the narrow viewing cone. So the narrow viewing cone is basically when you're standing in front of the screen and you go turn to the side like this, it goes dark. That's the narrow viewing cone. So some screens don't work well with them, like the DMP Supernova, Infinity, and Blade. When I got their sample sheets, it specifies that those screens cannot be worked with ultra short throw or short throw projectors. So when you do a short throw projector, that's why when I do the demonstration, you'll see me turn all the way to the side to show you that the screen can pull an image even if it's on an angle. So that's what people want to see when they're looking at ultra short throw demonstrations. They want to see you do this. Turn all the way to the side. You should be able to see that screen crystal clear, just like that, right from the side. When you swing over, it should look the same way as the front as it does on the side. The problem is with some of these screens, because they have a kind of reflective surface, is that when you turn to the side, they go black. All ultra short throws. If your screen's not ultra short throw compatible, it doesn't make a difference what kind of ultra short throw you have, what make, what model, it's not going to show up. So this one right here is my, this is the only one I paid a lot of money for. This is in my kitchen, This is my Optoma GT5600 right here. This is the one I use in the kitchen. It's my kitchen projector. But, whoo, and that's coming from the Sony. But, no, to tell you the truth, like I said, yeah, I'll do a couple of demonstrations tomorrow. I'll break that one open. I'll do a couple of demonstrations. Where am I put that projector at? I'll take it upstairs. I got 2 screens upstairs I'm working on right now. So I'll take it upstairs. I'm gonna finish upstairs. I'm gonna clean all that up, finish upstairs. But yeah, and like I said, good discussion. Always a good discussion. And Curl Boys, I want you to understand, no, you're not ruffling my feathers in any way whatsoever. Oh, I got a Sony short though in there too. Hold on for a minute. Forgot about that. Yeah. That's a Sony. That's a Sony short though right there. I even bought a knockoff projector. Did a knockoff projector for testing. This is supposed to be 15,000 lumens. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Not even 15,000 lumens. Not even 15,000 lumens. Wasn't even close. I'd use a 1,000 lumen projector to beat that projector. Wasn't even close. That's the monster right there. All black screens in it. This is the monster. This right here is the monster. Right here. This is my baby right here. I am going to get myself a Christie Ultra Short Throw soon. So I'm looking to get one now. Christie Ultra Short Throw. Oh, real quick, you want to see something cool? I'll show you something cool. All right, so you're probably wondering why my projector sitting on the side like this. That's my work screen right there. So that is a 79-inch portrait projection screen. Because I like to work in portrait mode because I read documents better that way. So let me show you how this baby works. So really easy to do. I like to use the Christie projectors because I said this like over and over again, but I'm gonna tell you again. Christie projectors, exhaust systems come out through the front. That's why when people saw me with the projector sitting up on my in my movie room, sitting up on top of the movie sofa, they were like, "Isn't that hot air blowing on you?" Like, no, because Christie's blow heat out from the front. So you don't feel anything. I can sit down, I don't feel nothing. Now up here, this is where the filters go. And on the side of the Christies, you have just plastic and a handle so you can carry it. That's it. So this projector can be tilted upward like this. So you can do portrait mode without buying a projector that has portrait mode. Because usually a projector that has portrait mode will cost you around $800–900 used. They are very expensive. Now I'm watching something real quick. I told you I get some weird stuff in my freaking yard at night. Nothing spooky. I get freaking like foxes and skunks and raccoons and some crazy stuff, man, runs through my yard at night, man. I wouldn't dare put any form of patio furniture in the backyard. Oh, heck no. I wouldn't go to sleep back there. I've seen the stuff that crawls through my yard at night. It is not freaking cool. All right, so I'll show you. So there you go. That's a 79-inch portrait mode projection screen that I built. Now, it's really easy to do. I tell people before doing portrait mode, it's a bit tricky because the whole entire thing is like changed around. Like when you go to web pages and stuff, things are not where you think they're going to be at. They're usually mostly at the bottom of the page sometimes. So I had to learn to navigate through it. So in order to get used to it, I took my monitor, which I was using for work, and I tilted that one up like this, and I did portrait mode for about a week to get used to it. And I liked it. I actually really liked it. I liked it better than doing landscape. So in order to do this, you have to tilt your, first put your windows, go into displays and put it in portrait mode. Once that's done, what you do is you come over here if you have a Christie, because Christies have that, you don't have to worry about, having the heat blowing out or basically blocking any vents. You tilt your projector. This projector only cost me $100, keep in mind. So you tilt it up, and all you have to do is just adjust your corner keystone and keystone. That's it. And it just pops in place, just like that. Ah, sorry about this bump the stand. And everything is crystal clear. You can see everything on my screen. And this is what I work on. Everything in my house is all black technology now. I freaking love it. I love that portrait mode. Because I was looking like, I want a bigger screen. Because the screen I had is on a bigger screen. Now, tomorrow we're going to play around with that one. Because that projector has picture-in-picture in it. So we're going to play around with that one. But I'm going to get some rest because I got to be up tomorrow morning. I got orders to process. Ooh, sorry about that. I got orders to process tomorrow, and I have to get ready for Friday because Friday's a ship out date, so that's a big date for me. And then on top of that, yeah, I like dolphins. Then on top of that, I have the rest of my stuff coming in to finish my gaming room. Oh yeah, tomorrow I got the battery operated LED lights coming in tomorrow, man. I'm gonna actually LED light the ceiling fan. I want to put LED lights on the ceiling fan, battery operated, and I figured out the ultimate gaming chair. I told you I found this giant lazy boy chair. It's a gaming chair, but it's like a huge wide lazy boy chair. It's like looks kind of like that, and it has the rocking, it has the freaking swivel, it has the freaking massage, it has the cup holders. Yeah, it's all black. I'm gonna LED light the daylights out of that bad boy. I'm gonna use all battery powered. I'm gonna try to use all rechargeable batteries because I don't want to keep going back and changing out my batteries. But yeah, all right, people. Okay, so when this video is over, I'll post, actually I can do it on my phone. So I'll go through my phone and I'll basically put in the information where you can actually order the paint from. All right, again, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. Crow Boys, always welcome, always welcome. I understand you're gonna come at me with some crazy stuff from time to time. I'm not mad at you, I have no hatred towards you, but come on, man, just if you don't know the answer, then you don't gotta answer at all, okay? I'll leave you alone. I won't press on you on that, okay? You know what I mean? You can say no comment. No comment? All right, no problem. I won't even ask you any more on that question no more, okay? We just leave it at that. Go about our business, and I'll keep going. But if you act up after if I give you a question and you want to carry on, that's the only way I can block you, okay? Other than that, stay in the room, chill, have fun, whatever. You know, join the conversation, whatever, okay? All right, got to go, people. Be safe out there. God bless.